Imagine a land that stretches beyond the horizon, where the earth and sky merge in a seamless expanse of wild beauty. Here, the air is crisp in the early morning, carrying the scent of dew-soaked grass and the distant promise of life stirring beneath the golden light. As dawn breaks, the savanna awakens in a symphony of color. The sun, rising slowly, bathes the endless grasslands in radiant gold and deep amber, illuminating every blade and casting long, dramatic shadows beneath the iconic acacia trees. This is the African savanna, a vast, ancient kingdom where grass reigns supreme and acacia trees stand as silent sentinels, their umbrella-shaped canopies providing rare shelter in the open expanse. The landscape feels timeless, shaped by millennia of wind, rain, and the footsteps of countless animals. Every inch of this terrain is alive, woven with the stories of creatures great and small. The air vibrates with the ceaseless hum of insects, cicadas, beetles, and grasshoppers, while flocks of birds call out from the treetops. In the distance, the thunder of hooves signals the movement of vast herds, their presence felt long before they are seen. This breathtaking beauty conceals a relentless struggle. Every sunrise marks the beginning of a new chapter in the ongoing drama of survival, where predator and prey are locked in a delicate, ever-shifting balance. The inhabitants of the savanna are masters of endurance. Wildebeest traverse hundreds of kilometers in search of fresh grazing, while elephant herds, led by wise matriarchs, guide their young across the plains, teaching them the secrets of survival. The savanna is not a static world. It is a living, breathing ecosystem, its character transformed by the rhythm of the seasons. From the air, the landscape reveals its vastness, a patchwork of grasslands, woodlands, and winding rivers. With the arrival of the rains, the plains burst into life. Grasses grow tall and lush, nourishing immense gatherings of zebras, antelopes, and gazelles. The abundance of food draws animals from every corner of the ecosystem. Rivers swell with fresh water, carving lifelines through the grasslands. Waterholes brim with activity as herds gather to drink, and predators lurk nearby, ever watchful for opportunity. But the bounty is fleeting. As the dry season takes hold, the earth cracks, and the grasses wither, their green replaced by brittle brown. The air grows heavy with dust, and the struggle for water becomes a daily ordeal. Animals must journey ever farther to find the last remaining pools. Elephants dig into dry riverbeds with their trunks, while antelope risk dangerous crossings to reach distant waterholes, always alert to the threat of lurking predators. This cycle of abundance and scarcity shapes every life. The great migrations are driven by the search for food and water, and the fate of each animal is tied to the pulse of the land. Survival here demands more than brute strength. Elephants use their trunks with astonishing dexterity to uncover hidden water, while lions rely on patience and teamwork, stalking through tall grass with silent precision. Every animal is a marvel of adaptation. From the smallest insect to the largest mammal, each possesses unique traits, keen senses, specialized limbs, or cryptic coloration, honed by generations of natural selection. The zebra's stripes confuse predators and deter biting flies. The iridescent feathers of birds shimmer in the sunlight, while the spiraled horns of antelope are both weapons and tools for display. Join us as we journey deeper into this wild domain, moving quietly through tall grasses, where every step reveals new wonders and hidden dramas. We will look beyond appearances, uncovering the secret abilities that allow these animals to thrive. Acute hearing, lightning reflexes, and remarkable camouflage. Witness the fish eagle, whose vision can pierce the water's surface, detecting the faintest ripple of prey below. Marvel at the secretary bird, whose powerful legs deliver a kick faster than a striking snake, subduing venomous threats with surgical precision. See how the antelope, with its muted coat, can vanish into the dry grass, evading even the sharpest-eyed hunters. Each species wields a superpower, an evolutionary masterpiece, perfected over thousands of years to meet the savanna's relentless challenges. Our journey begins beneath the vast African sky, where the rules are simple yet unforgiving. Find food, avoid becoming food, and ensure the survival of your lineage. Mothers fiercely protect their young, herds band together for safety, and every day is a test of resilience and ingenuity. From the eagles soaring on thermals high above, scanning for the slightest movement, to the antelopes hidden in the thickets, every creature is engaged in a silent contest of skill and strategy. Here, the chase and the escape are both art forms. Herds move in perfect synchrony, confusing predators, while hunters rely on stealth, speed, and cooperation. Life and death are never far apart. A single moment can tip the balance as predator and prey meet in a contest that has shaped the destiny of the savannah for ages. Now, let us meet the champions of this extraordinary realm, creatures whose lives are a testament to the power, beauty, and complexity of the African savannah. As dawn breaks over the endless rivers and shimmering lakes of the savannah, a symphony of voices rises with the sun. The air vibrates with the deep, resonant bellows of distant wildebeest, the sharp yelps of jackals, and the haunting, flute-like calls of the African fish eagle. Each sound is a message, a thread in the intricate tapestry of life woven across these wild plains. The African fish eagle's cry, sharp and unmistakable, is so iconic that it is often called the voice of Africa, but it is only one note in a vast chorus. Every animal here has a voice, each adapted to carry across the open spaces, some to warn, some to attract, some to deceive. The fish eagle, perched regally above the water, commands attention with its call. Zebras bray in rolling waves, their voices carrying reassurance and warning through the herd. Lions announce their presence with thunderous roars, a declaration of territory that can be heard for miles. Even the smallest creatures have a part to play. Guinea fowl chatter in tight-knit flocks, their calls a constant conversation. The honey-guide bird sings a special note, leading honey badgers to hidden beehives, a partnership built on communication. But among all these voices, the fish eagle stands out, not just for its beauty, but for its mastery of both sound and sight. Its call is a territorial claim, a warning to rivals and a signal to its mate. Yet it is the eagle's vision that truly sets it apart in this world of constant communication. In the savannah, vision is as vital as voice. Giraffes sweep the horizon with their towering gaze, meerkats stand sentinel, eyes sharp for the flicker of a predator. But the fish eagle's eyes are among the most advanced in the animal kingdom. From high above, the eagle's vision is so acute it can spot a fish glinting beneath the water's surface from the height of a 15-story building. Vultures scan for the faintest movement of a carcass. Cheetahs track the smallest twitch of a tail in the grass. Here, to see is to survive. The fish eagle's eyes are packed with specialized cells, 5 times denser than a human's, allowing it to resolve the finest details. Chameleons swivel their eyes independently, scanning for insects. Owls, with their enormous eyes, hunt by moonlight, seeing what others cannot. This clarity of vision gives the eagle a decisive edge. Impalas rely on keen eyesight and constant vigilance to avoid ambush. Mongooses peer from their burrows, reading the world in a glance. The fish eagle can see through the glare and shifting refractions on the water's surface, a feat that would confound most. Kingfishers hover, calculating the angle of refraction before plunging. Dragonflies, with their multifaceted eyes, track prey in mid-air. From its lofty perch, the eagle locks onto a target beneath the water, calculating speed and depth with uncanny precision. Herons stand motionless, waiting for the perfect moment. Crocodiles watch, patient and silent, their vision adapted for ambush. When the moment comes, the fish eagle launches into a breathtaking dive. Talons outstretched, kingfishers and cheetahs alike rely on split-second timing, their vision guiding every move. The eagle's talons slice through the air, ready for the crucial moment of impact. Servals leap for rodents, bat-hawks snatch insects on the wing, each hunter guided by vision and precision. But catching a slippery, wriggling fish is never easy. Otters and monitor lizards face the same challenge, their own adaptations put to the test. The fish eagle's secret weapon lies beneath its feet, rough spiky pads called spicules, gripping like the claws of a lion or the scales of a pangolin, each designed for a perfect hold. These spicules act like the spikes on a mountaineer's boots, giving the eagle a non-slip grip that is nearly impossible to escape. Nature's answer to the challenge of a slippery catch. Once those talons close, the fish is secure. Like the crocodile's jaws or the python's coils, the eagle's grip is a final, inescapable hold. With powerful wings, the fish eagle lifts its prize from the water, soaring back to its perch. Other raptors and hunters do the same, each returning with the spoils of their unique skills. The savanna is also a place of bonds and alliances. Fish eagles form lifelong pairs, their calls echoing in duet. Elephants greet each other with low rumbles, wild dogs reunite with excited yips, each species using voice and gesture to strengthen their ties. Together, a pair of fish eagles will defend their territory with their iconic calls, just as hippos bellow to claim their stretch of river, and vervet monkeys sound alarms from the treetops. High in the trees, fish eagles build enormous nests, fiercely protecting their young from any threat. Hornbills and ostriches do the same, each parent a vigilant guardian in the struggle for survival. In the savanna, devotion to family is a common thread. Fish eagles, like lionesses and warthogs, are not just skilled hunters, but also devoted parents, ensuring the next generation has a chance to thrive. Yet the savanna is a place of opportunity and cunning. Fish eagles will steal a meal from a heron if the chance arises, just as hyenas snatch kills from cheetahs and marabou storks scavenge from vultures. Here, survival rewards both skill and cleverness. In this world of voices and vision, the African fish eagle reigns as a true king of the skies, majestic, powerful, and supremely adapted to the challenges of the savanna. Here, every call and every glance is a testament to the wild, untamed spirit of Africa. Flashes of turquoise, lilac, and brilliant blue dart across the endless savanna sky, weaving through the golden grasses and acacia trees. This is the lilac-breasted roller, a bird so colorful it looks like a flying jewel. But it is just one of many avian wonders that call the savanna home. From the smallest weaver birds to the mighty secretary bird, the skies here are alive with a dazzling array of species, each adapted to a unique niche. With at least 8 different shades decorating its feathers, the roller is one of the most beautiful sights in Africa. Its neighbors, like the industrious weaver birds, construct elaborate nests that dangle from branches, engineering marvels that protect their young from predators and the elements. But this bird is much more than just a pretty face. Its vibrant appearance is a critical tool for survival, communication, and dominance in the competitive world of the savanna. Meanwhile, the secretary bird stalks the grasslands with long, purposeful strides, using its powerful legs to hunt snakes and insects, playing a vital role in controlling populations of small vertebrates. Despite its small size, the lilac-breasted roller is known for its fearless and aggressive nature. In the trees, hornbills guard their nest cavities, fiercely defending their young from intruders, while their loud calls echo across the plains. The roller is a perfect example of how beauty can be a form of power, earning it the nickname of a punk rock character among birds. Overhead, the battler eagle glides effortlessly, its keen eyesight searching for carrion or small mammals, acting as both predator and scavenger in this complex ecosystem. The secret behind the roller's stunning colors is not just pigment. Much of its brilliance, especially the dazzling turquoise, comes from something called structural coloration. This means that the microscopic structure of its feathers bends and scatters light in a specific way, creating colors that shimmer and change with the angle of the sun. It is like having tiny prisms built into its plumage, a marvel of natural engineering. This effect is far more vibrant than simple pigment and serves as a powerful signal to other birds, a visual language that speaks of vitality and strength. It is an advertisement of health, strength, and good genes, a living testament to the bird's fitness in a landscape where only the best survive. A brighter bird is often a stronger and more desirable mate, telling others it has what it takes to thrive. Courtship displays are elaborate, with aerial acrobatics and vibrant plumage on full display. What is even more amazing is that these birds see a world of color that humans cannot even imagine. Their vision extends far beyond our own, revealing hidden patterns and signals the lilac-breasted roller can see in the ultraviolet spectrum, unlocking a secret world of communication invisible to most other creatures. This means that to other rollers, its feathers are even more spectacular and complex than what we perceive, with ultraviolet patterns that dazzle and inform. The ultraviolet patterns on its plumage act like secret messages, invisible to predators but crystal clear to potential mates or rivals, ensuring survival and reproductive success. This private channel of communication allows them to assess each other's fitness and claim territory without always having to fight, reducing the risk of injury in a world where every advantage counts. Their dazzling appearance is a sophisticated language written in light, a code that only the initiated can read. These birds are acrobatic hunters, often perching on high branches to spot insects, scorpions, and small lizards on the ground below. Bee-eaters, their neighbors, snatch flying insects with precision, each species filling a vital role in the food web. When they spot prey, they dive down to snatch it, their speed and agility making them formidable predators despite their size. Their name, roller, comes from their incredible courtship flight, a fast and dramatic display of swoops and rolls through the air, a spectacle that defines the savanna's vibrant skies. They are fiercely territorial and will aggressively chase away much larger birds that venture too close to their nests, ensuring the safety of their offspring. The lilac-breasted roller shows us that in the savanna, even small creatures can be fierce competitors, using their unique beauty not just for show, but as a vital weapon in the fight for life. Alongside them, starlings shimmer in coordinated flocks, and every bird, from the tiniest finch to the largest eagle, plays a crucial role in maintaining the balance of this extraordinary ecosystem. The savanna's flying creatures are not just survivors, they are the architects of the sky, shaping the landscape with every beat of their wings. In the vast, sun-drenched grasslands of the savanna, every step is a calculated move in the eternal dance of predator and prey. Here, the tall grass conceals both danger and opportunity, and survival depends on a blend of patience, power, and precision. Among the savanna's most distinctive hunters is the secretary bird, a striking figure with the long legs of a stork, the sharp beak of an eagle, and a crown of black feathers that recall the quill pens of old secretaries. But it is not alone in its pursuit. Each predator here has evolved a unique strategy to master the grasslands. The secretary bird's name may evoke images of office work, but its true calling is the hunt. Unlike the cheetah, which relies on explosive speed, or the lioness, who depends on stealth and teamwork, the secretary bird is a solitary ground hunter, specializing in some of the savanna's most dangerous prey. With elegance and lethal intent, the secretary bird stalks venomous snakes, lizards, rodents, and large insects. Its hunting style is a blend of grace and raw power, a ballet dancer with the force of a sledgehammer. Meanwhile, cheetahs burst from cover in a blur, and lions coordinate silent ambushes, each predator exploiting its own evolutionary gifts. The secretary bird's most iconic weapon is its devastating kick, delivered with astonishing speed and accuracy. While cheetahs rely on suffocating bites and lions on brute force, the secretary bird's legs become hammers, striking with enough power to shatter a snake's spine in a single blow. Unlike raptors that soar above, the secretary bird hunts on foot, covering dozens of miles each day. Its long, purposeful strides are mirrored by the relentless patrols of wild dogs and the opportunistic wanderings of hyenas, all searching for the next meal in the endless sea of grass. The secretary bird's height gives it a commanding view, allowing it to spot movement where others see only grass. This advantage is shared by few, and it keeps the bird safe from the sudden strike of a hidden snake. Wild dogs, in contrast, rely on teamwork and endurance, while hyenas use cunning and brute strength to claim their share. Each predator's vantage point is a key to survival. The secretary bird's long legs keep it above danger, while cheetahs and lions use elevation and cover to plan their attacks. The grasslands are a chessboard, and every move is critical. Patience and precision define the hunt. The secretary bird waits for the perfect moment to strike, just as a cheetah holds its breath before the chase, or a lioness tenses before the pounce. Success depends on timing, and the cost of failure is hunger. The secretary bird's solitary lifestyle sets it apart, but it is not the only specialist here. Each predator fills a niche, from the cheetah's speed to the wild dog's cooperation, all shaped by the demands of the grasslands. The secretary bird is a marathon walker, covering vast distances in search of prey. Wild dogs and hyenas, too, are tireless travelers, their endurance a match for the endless horizon. But it is the secretary bird's kick that is truly legendary, a weapon honed by evolution for a singular purpose. When a snake threatens, the secretary bird delivers a stomp with astonishing force, a blow that few creatures can withstand. Each predator here has its own method of dispatching prey, but none are quite as dramatic as the secretary bird's thunderous kick. A single kick from the secretary bird can generate an impact of 195 newtons, 5 to 6 times its own body weight. This is the raw power of the grasslands, distilled into a single decisive moment. The result is often instant and final, a shattered spine, a silenced threat. The secretary bird's efficiency is matched only by the cheetah's speed and the lion's strength, but it is the speed of the secretary bird's strike that truly sets it apart. The stomp happens in just 15 milliseconds, a blur of motion that few eyes can follow. In the blink of an eye, literally, the secretary bird's foot descends faster than any snake can react. For comparison, a human blink takes 150 milliseconds, 10 times slower than this avian strike. This blinding speed means that even the fastest snakes, like the cobra, are outmatched. The secretary bird's attack is over before the prey can even register the threat. In these moments, the grasslands reveal their harshest truths. Only the most specialized, the most adaptable survive. The secretary bird's mastery over snakes is a testament to this relentless evolutionary arms race. Nature has equipped the secretary bird with more than just speed and power. Its long legs are armored in thick scales, a natural defense against the fangs of its prey. These scales act as a shield, turning deadly bites into harmless, glancing blows. The bones within are dense and strong, able to absorb the shock of repeated impacts without breaking, a marvel of natural engineering. The secretary bird's anatomy is a perfect blend of offense and defense, a living example of how evolution shapes predators to their environment. Each hunter here is a product of countless generations of adaptation, each with its own story written in muscle, bone, and instinct. In the end, the secretary bird stands as a master snake hunter, but it is just one of many remarkable predators that call the grasslands home. Each has carved out a place in this complex web of life, their fates intertwined in the endless struggle for survival. The secretary bird elegantly demonstrates how evolution can craft a perfect solution to a specific challenge, transforming a graceful walker into a lethal stomping machine. In the grasslands, every predator is a masterpiece of adaptation, and every hunt is a testament to the relentless ingenuity of life. In the tangled woodlands and dense thickets that border the open savanna, a world of shadows and secrets unfolds. Here the brushlands are alive with creatures whose very existence depends on their ability to remain unseen, unheard, and often unknown. Among these elusive inhabitants is the greater kudu, a large antelope often called the ghost of the brush, but it is not alone. The Brushlands are home to a host of secretive animals, each a master of survival, each with its own remarkable adaptations. The greater kudu, with its gentle eyes and delicate face, is instantly recognizable by the thin, vertical white stripes that run along its flanks. These stripes, like the dappled sunlight that filters through the trees, break up its outline and render it nearly invisible to predators. The kudu's survival is built on a foundation of stealth and stillness. When danger approaches, it simply melts into the brush, standing motionless as its muted coat and stripes dissolve its form into the woodland tapestry. The duiker, another brushland specialist, employs a similar tactic, freezing in place, trusting its cryptic coloring to shield it from view. The greyish-brown coat of the kudu is the perfect match for the dry brush, while the scrub hare, a nocturnal resident, relies on its mottled fur and a habit of remaining utterly still to avoid detection by day. For the kudu and its kin, camouflage is an art form. The vertical stripes of the kudu, the spots and broken patterns of the bushbuck all serve to disrupt the animal's shape, making it nearly impossible for predators to single them out in the shifting light. From a predator's perspective, the brushland is a maze of confusion. Lions and leopards, with their keen eyesight, must search for the faintest flicker of movement or the briefest glint of an eye. But often the prey is already gone, vanished into the undergrowth, leaving only silence behind. At just 20 meters, a kudu's form dissolves into the background, while a steenbok can vanish in a heartbeat, its small size and perfect stillness making it all but invisible. In this world, hearing is as vital as hiding. The kudu's enormous satellite dish-like ears can rotate independently, capturing the faintest sounds from every direction. The scrub hare, too, relies on its sensitive ears, always alert for the approach of danger. These adaptations allow brushland animals to pinpoint the source of a sound with astonishing accuracy, giving them precious seconds to react, whether to freeze, flee, or sound the alarm. The kudu's warning bark is the loudest and deepest of any antelope, echoing through the woodland to alert others of a lurking threat. The bushbuck, too, will snort sharply, sending a ripple of alarm through the undergrowth. The male kudu's spectacular spiral horns, which can reach nearly 2 meters in length, might seem a hindrance in such tangled terrain. Yet with practiced grace, the kudu tilts its chin and lays its horns flat along its back, slipping through the branches with surprising speed and agility. This streamlined posture is a marvel of adaptation, allowing the kudu to escape danger without sacrificing the grandeur of its horns, which are used in ritualized contests and displays of dominance. These horns, taking over 6 years to reach their full, triple, twisted glory, are rarely used in combat. Instead, they serve as a symbol of status and strength, a silent language understood by all who dwell in the brush. The brushlands are a realm of ghosts and shadows, where survival depends on silence, patience, and the art of vanishing. The greater kudu, along with its elusive neighbors, thrives by being quiet, watchful, and perfectly attuned to the subtle rhythms of this shadowy world, a living testament to the wonders of adaptation and the enduring mystery of the wild. As darkness falls across the vast African savanna, a chorus of whooping calls rises into the night air. These are the voices of the hyena, echoing beneath the moon and stars, a sound that has for centuries inspired both fear and fascination. In popular imagination, hyenas are often cast as the villains of the wild, cowardly scavengers lurking in the shadows waiting for others to do the hard work. But this image is a profound misunderstanding of their true nature and the vital role they play in the ecosystem. In reality, the spotted hyena is a marvel of adaptation and intelligence. Their social structures are among the most complex in the animal kingdom, rivaling even those of primates. Each clan is a tightly knit society, governed by intricate hierarchies and led by powerful matriarchs. These animals are not just scavengers, they are formidable hunters, capable of bringing down prey as large as wildebeest and zebra through coordinated teamwork and relentless stamina. Their hunting strategies are a testament to their intelligence and cooperation. Yet it is their role as the Savanna's cleanup crew that truly sets them apart. Alongside vultures and other scavengers, hyenas are the unsung custodians of the grasslands, ensuring that death is swiftly recycled into new life. When a carcass is left on the plains, it is the hyenas who arrive to finish what others have started. Their powerful jaws and specialized digestive systems allow them to consume nearly every part of a dead animal, skin, hooves, bones, and all. This ability to process even the toughest remains is not just a feat of strength, but a crucial ecological service. By devouring what others cannot, hyenas prevent the buildup of decaying matter that could otherwise harbor disease. While they are often seen trailing behind lions or leopards, hyenas are also skilled predators in their own right. Their endurance and teamwork allow them to outlast and outmaneuver many of their competitors. A single hyena may struggle against large prey, but a clan working in concert can bring down animals many times their size. Their hunts are a display of strategy, communication, and raw determination. The hyena's jaws are among the most powerful in the animal world, capable of shattering bones with ease. This allows them to access the rich marrow within, a source of vital nutrients that few other animals can reach. Thanks to this remarkable adaptation, almost nothing goes to waste. Every scrap of a carcass is consumed, leaving the savanna clean and free from the dangers of rotting flesh. After apex predators like lions have finished their meal, it is the hyenas who move in, ensuring that even the toughest remains are not left to fester. Working in tandem with vultures, jackals, and other scavengers, hyenas form a vital link in the savanna's recycling chain. Each species plays a part, but it is the hyena's unique abilities that make them indispensable. The secret to their success lies deep within their digestive system. A hyena's stomach is a marvel of evolution, filled with highly concentrated hydrochloric acid. This acid is so potent that it can dissolve bone, horn, and even the toughest connective tissues, extracting every possible nutrient from their meals. But the true genius of this adaptation is its ability to neutralize dangerous pathogens. The hyena's stomach can destroy bacteria and viruses that would be lethal to most other animals. This means that hyenas can safely consume carcasses infected with deadly diseases, such as anthrax or rabies, without falling ill themselves. By removing these hazardous remains from the landscape, hyenas act as a living barrier against the spread of disease, protecting not only themselves but the entire community of animals that share the savanna. Their work is relentless and often goes unnoticed, but without it, outbreaks could sweep through herds of antelope, zebra, and even the great predators. The presence of hyenas ensures a healthier, more balanced ecosystem, where disease is kept in check and the cycle of life continues uninterrupted. In the golden light of dawn, the hyena stands as a symbol of resilience and ecological harmony, a creature whose true value is measured not in fear, but in the health of the land. Far from being mere villains, hyenas are guardians of the savanna, their presence a sign of a thriving, well-balanced ecosystem. Their tireless efforts keep the grasslands clean, the herds healthy, and the web of life intact. Within their clans, hyenas display remarkable social intelligence. Led by dominant females, these groups are bound by complex relationships, alliances, and a strict social order. Mothers are attentive and nurturing, raising their cubs in communal dens and teaching them the skills they'll need to survive. Communication is constant, with a rich vocabulary of calls, laughs, and signals. The savanna is a tapestry of life, woven together by countless interactions. Hyenas, often misunderstood, are among its most essential threads. Their story is a reminder that every creature, no matter how maligned, has a purpose, and that the health of the whole depends on the work of the few. as the stars wheel overhead and the night shift continues. The hyena and its fellow scavengers labor on, nature's tireless custodians, ensuring that the savanna remains a place of life, renewal, and balance. In the vast expanse of the African savanna, no creature exists in a vacuum. Every animal, from the smallest insect to the largest elephant, is woven into a living network that stretches across the plains, binding the fate of each species to the next. Each species brings its own set of adaptations, instincts, and behaviors, forming a single, irreplaceable thread in the intricate tapestry of life. The savanna is not merely a stage, but a living organism, pulsing with the energy of countless interactions. These connections, visible in the crisscrossing tracks at a watering hole or the synchronized movements of a mixed herd, are the lifeblood of the ecosystem. They ensure that resources are shared, populations are regulated, and the land itself remains fertile and alive. The relationship between predator and prey is a delicate dance, honed by millennia of evolution. Lions, hyenas, and cheetahs stalk the herds, their presence shaping the very behavior and migration patterns of the grazers they pursue. Grazers, like wildebeest, zebra, and antelope, move in vast numbers, their constant search for fresh grass driving the cycles of growth and renewal. Elephants, with their immense strength, open up waterholes and clear paths through dense brush, making way for smaller animals and new plant life. The savanna's balance is maintained by this web of interdependence. Each animal's role is both a survival strategy and a service to the greater community, ensuring that no single species dominates or depletes the land. Predators, ever watchful, test the herds, culling the weak and the sick. Their actions are not acts of malice, but of necessity, nature's way of keeping populations healthy and resilient. Lions, leopards, and hyenas are the regulators, their hunting pressure preventing overpopulation and the exhaustion of precious grazing lands. When a predator brings down its prey, it is performing a vital ecological service, not only feeding itself, but also shaping the future of the herd. By targeting the old, the injured, and the vulnerable, predators ensure that only the strongest genes are passed on, fortifying the next generation and maintaining the vigor of the population. This natural selection keeps herds at sustainable sizes, preventing the devastation of overgrazing and allowing the grasslands to recover and thrive. Without these checks, the savanna would soon be stripped bare, its soils eroded, and its animals facing starvation, a collapse that would echo through every level of the ecosystem. In this way, the hunters become the stewards of the land, their presence a silent promise that the cycle of life will continue. Every niche in the savanna is filled by a specialist, each with a role as vital as the next. Some are subtle, others dramatic, but all are essential. The secretary bird, with its long legs and sharp beak, stalks the grasslands, hunting snakes and other reptiles. By keeping these populations in check, it protects the eggs and young of countless other species. Along the rivers and lakes, the African fish eagle reigns supreme. Its keen eyesight and powerful talons help regulate fish numbers, ensuring that aquatic life remains balanced and the water stays clear. The lilac-breasted roller, a flash of color in the sky, feasts on insects and larvae. Its appetite keeps pest populations in check, safeguarding the grasses and trees from disease and destruction. Even the greater kudu, a master of camouflage and browsing, plays a crucial part in this living puzzle. By feeding on the leaves and shoots of trees and shrubs, the kudu prunes the vegetation, encouraging new growth and shaping the landscape for the benefit of countless other animals. The web of life extends to the scavengers, nature's cleanup crew, who ensure that nothing is wasted. When a predator makes a kill, it sets off a chain reaction. The first to arrive are the hyenas, their powerful jaws breaking bones and scattering remains. Vultures descend from the sky, their sharp beaks stripping flesh from bone, leaving behind only the barest traces of what once was. Insects and bacteria complete the process, breaking down the last scraps and returning vital nutrients to the earth, where they will nourish the next generation of grass and trees. The soil, now rich and fertile, gives rise to new grass, which in turn feeds the herds, and the cycle of life begins anew, each role, each action, echoing through the ages. From the mighty lion to the tiniest microbe, every living thing on the savanna is both a beneficiary and a contributor to this grand self-sustaining system, a testament to the power of balance, adaptation, and the enduring genius of nature. The savanna is a land of perpetual transformation, where the passage of the sun and moon orchestrates a symphony of life. Each day and night brings a profound shift, not just in light and temperature, but in the very rhythm of survival. As dawn breaks, golden sunlight spills across the grasslands, igniting a surge of energy. The air vibrates with the calls of awakening birds and the distant rumble of hooves. Under the relentless midday sun, the savanna becomes a stage of ceaseless activity. Vast herds of wildebeest and zebra move in unison, their numbers a living shield against prowling predators. Each animal is alert, every sense attuned to the slightest hint of danger. Grazing is a calculated risk, a delicate balance between hunger and vigilance. Above, the African fish eagle rides the thermals, its sharp eyes scanning for the glint of scales or the flicker of movement. Birds of prey dominate the skies, their aerial mastery a testament to the advantages of daylight. Diurnal creatures have evolved to thrive in the open. Their coats blend seamlessly with the tawny grasses, and their movements are swift and calculated. Camouflage, speed, and the safety of the herd are their greatest defenses against the ever-watchful eyes of predators. As the sun dips toward the horizon, the savanna is bathed in a fiery glow. Shadows stretch and merge, and the oppressive heat gives way to a gentle, cooling breeze. This is the hour of transition, a fleeting moment when day and night briefly coexist. With dusk, a new cast of animals stirs. Nocturnal species emerge from burrows, thickets, and shaded hollows, their bodies adapted to the coming darkness. The savanna's pulse slows, but its tension rises. The light softens, colors deepen, and the landscape transforms. The day shift yields to the night shift, each with its own rules and dangers. The familiar chorus of birds and the lowing of distant herds fade, replaced by the haunting calls of unseen creatures. The savanna's soundtrack becomes mysterious and unpredictable. The night belongs to the hunters. Hyenas whoop and cackle, their voices echoing across the plains. A lion's roar vibrates through the darkness, a warning and a claim. Leopards glide through the shadows, their movements nearly imperceptible. For nocturnal animals, darkness is not a barrier, but a cloak. Their eyes reflect the faintest starlight, and their bodies move with practiced silence. Nighttime brings out a different set of adaptations, heightened senses, specialized vision, and acute hearing. Every movement is calculated, every sound analyzed for threat or opportunity. Eyes widen to capture every glimmer, noses twitch to follow invisible trails, and ears swivel to catch the faintest rustle. In the darkness, survival depends on what can be sensed, not seen. The leopard, a master of stealth, becomes a phantom. Its dappled coat dissolves into the shadows, and each step is measured, silent and deadly. It stalks with patience, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Hyenas, guided by an extraordinary sense of smell, traverse the moonlit plains. They can detect the scent of a distant carcass, navigating by invisible chemical trails left behind by the day's drama. The greater kudu stands motionless, its oversized ears rotating independently, capturing the faintest crackle of grass or snap of a twig. Every sound is a potential warning. In this world of darkness, the senses of smell and hearing become the primary tools for survival. The night is alive with invisible signals, and only the most attuned can decipher them. The savanna's daily transformation is a testament to the ingenuity of life. Each species has carved out a niche, developing unique strategies to exploit the opportunities and avoid the dangers that come with every shift in light. There is no universal formula for survival here. Instead, there are countless solutions, each tailored to the demands of day or night, of predator or prey. The ecosystem is a living clock, offering resources around the clock. Some animals feed in the cool of dawn, others hunt under the cover of darkness. Each has found its own way to thrive. The relentless cycle of day and night, of searing sunlight and gentle moonbeams, sets the tempo for all life. It is a rhythm as old as the land itself, unbroken and eternal. And so, the savanna's grand drama unfolds without pause. Under the watchful gaze of the sun or the silent witness of the moon, every creature plays its part, each moment a testament to the resilience and adaptability of life on these timeless plains. As dawn breaks over the endless grasslands, the African savanna awakens, a realm where beauty and hardship are woven together in every golden ray of sunlight. Here, survival is not a given, but a daily battle, and every creature is both a participant and a witness to nature's relentless test. The vast plains stretch to the horizon, teeming with life. Herds of antelope graze warily, always alert to the ever-present threat of predators. Overhead, vultures ride the thermals, their sharp eyes scanning for the faintest sign of weakness below. In this land, the boundary between life and death is redrawn with every sunrise. Each animal, from the soaring African fish-eagle to the vigilant kudu hidden in the tall grass, is a living testament to the art of adaptation. Their survival depends on a delicate balance of instinct, learned behavior, and the ability to respond to the ever-shifting challenges of their environment. These creatures do not merely endure, they flourish, each equipped with extraordinary abilities refined over countless generations. Their bodies and minds are shaped by the demands of the savanna, granting them the tools to overcome adversity and seize fleeting opportunities. The wildebeest, driven by ancient rhythms, embark on epic migrations across perilous terrain, while elephant families navigate the landscape with wisdom passed down through matriarchal lines. Their stories reveal that success in this wild kingdom is earned through specialization, intelligence, and the ability to carve out a unique niche in the ecosystem. The African fish-eagle's vision is so acute it can spot the faintest ripple of a fish beneath the water's surface from high above, a skill honed for precision hunting. The secretary bird, with its lightning-fast kick, dispatches venomous snakes and elusive prey, turning danger into sustenance with a single calculated strike. The lilac-breasted roller's iridescent feathers dazzle in the sunlight, a display of both beauty and territorial prowess, while the kudu's subtle camouflage allows it to vanish into the thickets, evading even the most determined hunters. The hyena's powerful jaws and iron stomach transform the remains of the savanna into nourishment, recycling nutrients and ensuring nothing is wasted in this cycle of life and death. Every adaptation, from the lion's silent stalk to the gazelle's explosive sprint and the elaborate courtship displays of birds, is a solution to the fundamental challenges of existence: finding food, securing a mate, and avoiding becoming prey. Even the smallest mammals and birds possess remarkable talents, burrowing, mimicking, or collaborating to master their own survival. Each is a specialist, perfectly attuned to its role in the grand tapestry of the savanna. Every feature, every behavior is a product of relentless selection. Giraffes stretch for unreachable leaves, cheetahs unleash blinding speed, all in response to the demands of their world. The savanna is a living mosaic, a perfectly balanced ecosystem where countless species coexist, each dependent on the others for survival. In this intricate web, predators regulate the herds, scavengers cleanse the land, and grazers shape the very landscape, ensuring the health and vitality of the whole. The well-being of the savanna depends on the contribution of every creature, from the largest elephant to the tiniest insect. Hyenas cleanse the plains, consuming what others leave behind and preventing the spread of disease. Predators cull the weak and the sick, maintaining the strength of the herds and the balance of the ecosystem. Herbivores, in turn, sculpt the landscape, their grazing patterns shaping the growth of grasses and the spread of trees. Interdependence is the rule. Oxpeckers rid buffalo of parasites, and the actions of one species ripple through the lives of many others. Every life is a thread in a vast, ever-renewing cycle of energy, migration, and transformation, sustaining the community as a whole. The animals of the savanna are paragons of resilience, enduring searing droughts, punishing heat, and the constant threat of hunger and predation. They face relentless challenges, predators lurking in the shadows, rivals competing for scarce resources, and the merciless cycles of flood and famine. Yet they persist, adapting with every generation. Their lives are a ceaseless dance of vigilance and opportunity, where the fierce instinct to survive is matched only by the tenderness of a mother's protection and the unity of the herd. Moments of tranquil rest are shattered by sudden chases, the calm of the plains giving way to the explosive drama of pursuit and escape. In every corner of the savanna, ingenuity abounds. Birds weave intricate nests, mammals use tools, and each species finds creative ways to overcome the obstacles of their world. To protect these extraordinary animals and their wild home is to safeguard one of Earth's most magnificent theatres of life, a place where the struggle for survival reveals the true depth of nature's beauty and resilience. Beneath the sunlit expanse of the African savanna lies a world rarely seen, a secret kingdom teeming with life and silent activity. Just below the surface, the soil is alive with intricate networks and tireless workers, each playing a vital role in the health and vitality of the grasslands above. Here, millions of termites build sprawling underground cities, their tunnels weaving a labyrinth that rivals the complexity of any human metropolis. These tiny architects move ceaselessly, breaking down tough plant matter and transforming it into rich, fertile earth. Their towers, often hidden just at the roots of acacia trees, are engineering marvels, ventilated, climate-controlled, and bustling with purpose. Ants, too, are ever present. Some harvest seeds, meticulously storing them in chambers for leaner times, while others tend to underground fungus gardens. Their colonies are models of cooperation and division of labor, each member fulfilling a specific task, from soldier to nurse to forager. In the cool darkness, they wage silent wars, form alliances, and shape the destiny of the soil itself. The roots of grasses and trees stretch deep and wide, anchoring life above and below. These roots are not solitary. They communicate through a vast web of fungal threads known as mycorrhizae. This underground internet transmits nutrients, water, and even chemical signals, allowing plants to warn each other of drought or attack. Through these hidden alliances, the savanna's flora stands stronger, more resilient against the challenges of their environment. Countless beetles, larvae, and earthworms labor in the shadows, breaking down leaf litter and animal droppings. Their work recycles nutrients, aerates the soil, and fosters the growth of new life. Dung beetles roll their precious cargo into burrows, nourishing the earth and dispersing seeds far from their origin. Earthworms tunnel endlessly, their passageways allowing rain to penetrate deep, sustaining roots during the harshest dry spells. Predators lurk here too. Velvet spiders spin silk-lined burrows to ambush unsuspecting prey, while blind snakes glide through the darkness, hunting insect larvae and eggs. Each species is a specialist, perfectly adapted to the cool, hidden world beneath the grass. This secret kingdom is the foundation of the savanna's grandeur. Without the unseen laborers below, the plains above would wither, bereft of the nutrients and support needed to sustain the herds and hunters. The cycle of life here is unbroken. What falls above is transformed below, and in this endless exchange, the savanna thrives. In the silence beneath our feet, the true architects of the grasslands are at work, weaving together the roots of resilience and the bonds of survival that support all life above. Across the endless plains of the African savanna, time is measured not by calendars but by the rhythm of the seasons, by the coming and going of water, heat, and new life. Each year, the land transforms in a cycle of renewal and hardship, shaping every creature and plant that calls these grasslands home. The dry season arrives first, announced by a relentless sun and skies washed pale by dust. Rivers shrink to winding ribbons, and waterholes become crowded arenas where life's drama intensifies. Grasses wither, their golden stalks brittle beneath the hooves of wandering herds. Trees, like the acacia and baobab, shed leaves or thicken their bark, conserving precious moisture for the harsh months ahead. Some plants retreat underground, their energy stored safely in tubers and roots, hidden from the parched air. For the animals, survival demands adaptation. Elephants travel vast distances, guided by memory and the scent of distant rain, seeking the last remnants of water. Antelope and zebra graze sparingly, moving in search of the freshest shoots. Predators, too, must adapt. Their prey becomes scarce and wary, forcing lions, leopards, and wild dogs to hone their skills and cooperate more closely. Smaller creatures, like the aardvark and the bat-eared fox, switch to nocturnal habits, emerging only when the cool darkness offers relief. Then, at last, the first storms rumble on the horizon. The wet season bursts forth, transforming the savanna almost overnight. Torrents of rain awaken sleeping seeds, and the earth erupts in a tapestry of green. Grasses surge skyward, flowers bloom in brilliant colors, and insects swarm in clouds above the rejuvenated land. Rivers overflow, carving new paths and nourishing floodplains rich in life. With abundance comes opportunity. Grazers gather in vast numbers, their young born into a world of plenty. Birds arrive from distant continents, adding their songs to the chorus of renewal. Frogs and toads, dormant for months, emerge to breed in temporary pools. Even the smallest residents, termites, beetles, and worms, thrive in the moist, fertile soil, accelerating the cycle of decay and growth. Yet the wet season also brings its own perils. Floods can sweep away the unwary, and diseases flourish in the humid air. Carnivores must adapt to shifting prey patterns, while scavengers race to take advantage of new opportunities before the water recedes. Through each cycle, the savanna's inhabitants rely on ancient instincts and ingenious strategies. Some migrate, following the rains in endless pursuit of green pastures. Others enter states of dormancy or estivation, waiting patiently for conditions to improve. Plants synchronize their life cycles, germinating, flowering, and seeding in perfect time with the rains. In this land of extremes, survival is a story of timing, resilience, and adaptation. The changing seasons sculpt not only the landscape, but the very spirit of the savanna, where every life is shaped by the promise of rain and the challenge of drought. Here the only constant is change, and the mastery of it is the key to enduring the wild, beautiful heart of Africa. Water is the rarest treasure of the African savanna, and its sources, the winding rivers, ephemeral streams, and ancient waterholes, are the lifeblood that sustains all who dwell here. In the vastness of the grassland, these scattered oases draw creatures from miles around, becoming crossroads where the full tapestry of savanna life converges. During the parched dry season, waterholes shrink to muddy basins, ringed by cracked earth and the prints of countless visitors. Here, the daily ritual of survival unfolds. Towering elephants arrive first at dawn, their trunks probing the depths for the freshest, coolest water. Their sheer size and strength give them priority, and their digging often exposes hidden springs, benefiting many smaller species. As the sun climbs, herds of zebra and wildebeest approach in cautious clusters. Their striped patterns shimmer in the heat haze, forming a living mosaic at the water's edge. Antelope, impala, gazelle, and kudu wait their turn, ever alert for danger. The presence of water draws not only the thirsty, but also the ever-watchful predators. Lions and crocodiles lurk nearby, their patience rewarded by the desperate or the unwary. Bird life flourishes in these sanctuaries. Flocks of quellias descend in clouds, their wings beating in unison as they skim for a quick drink. Storks, herons, and kingfishers stalk the shallows, hunting for fish, frogs, or insects. Even the elusive honey badger visits at dusk, digging for grubs in the damp mud, unbothered by the presence of larger beasts. Beneath the surface, life teems unseen. Tiny invertebrates and fish thrive in the murky waters, while amphibians lay eggs in the safety of hidden pools. Hippos spend their days submerged, surfacing with great snorts and yawns, their bulk sheltering small fish and providing perches for birds. As night falls, the waterhole transforms again. Nocturnal creatures, porcupines, civets, and genets, emerge from the shadows, drawn by the promise of moisture and food. Insects swarm above the water, attracting bats and owls to the nightly feast. Rivers, too, are arteries of life, carving their way through the plains, shaping the land as they go. Their banks are lush corridors, lined with fever trees and reeds, offering refuge and resources for countless species. Migrating herds follow these watery highways, their movements dictated by the pulse of flowing water. In the savanna, every drop counts. The competition for access is fierce, yet an unspoken order prevails. Moments of uneasy truce, where predator and prey drink side by side, bound by a shared need. These water sources are more than just places to quench thirst. They are stages for the drama of existence, cradles of life, and the heart of the endless plains. Here the simple act of drinking becomes a dance of survival, a testament to the unity and complexity of life on the savanna, where water is both the great divider and the ultimate connector of all who call this wild land home. Beneath the vast sunlit sky of the African savanna, an extraordinary array of plant life forms the green foundation upon which all else depends. From the towering acacias to the resilient tufts of golden grass, these plants are not mere background. They are architects, engineers, and silent sentinels, shaping the destiny of every creature that roams the plains. Grasses dominate the landscape, their slender blades bending with the wind, yet rooted deep against the harshness of drought. Each species is a master of survival. Some, like red oatgrass, grow quickly after the first rains, providing a feast for grazers. Others, such as speargrass, have tough seeds that require the heat of fire to germinate, a strategy that ensures renewal after seasonal blazes sweep the plains. Their underground stems, or rhizomes, store precious nutrients, allowing rapid regrowth even after being grazed or burned. Scattered throughout the grasslands, iconic trees stand as living monuments to endurance. The umbrella-shaped acacia, with its feathery leaves and wicked thorns, thrives in poor soils and intense sunlight. Its branches host colonies of ants, which defend the tree from hungry herbivores in exchange for nectar and shelter, a partnership honed over millennia. The baobab, swollen and ancient, stores thousands of liters of water in its trunk, enduring the longest dry spells when all else withers. When rains finally arrive, it bursts into leaf and flower, sustaining birds and insects alike. Low shrubs and woody bushes fill the spaces between, their leaves often tough, waxy, or covered in fine hairs to minimize water loss. Some, like the sicklebush, produce toxic chemicals to deter browsers, while others rely on dense thickets as a shield. Many savanna plants have developed deep taproots, plunging meters below the surface in search of hidden moisture, drawing sustenance where others cannot. Flowers, though fleeting, play a vital role. Their brief blooms attract pollinators, bees, butterflies, and sunbirds, ensuring the continuation of each species. Fruits and seeds, often encased in tough pods or carried on the wind, become food for birds and mammals, spreading life across the plains. Together, these plant communities anchor the soil, prevent erosion, and cycle nutrients back into the earth. They provide shelter and shade, create microclimates, and even influence rainfall patterns through the moisture they release. When the dry season arrives, their resilience is tested, but their adaptations ensure the savanna endures. Without the silent, steadfast work of its plant life, the savanna would be barren, a stage with no actors. In every blade of grass, every thorny branch, and every hidden root lies the secret to survival on the endless plains and the promise of renewal with each returning season. Across the African savanna, fire is neither a mere destroyer nor a random visitor. It is the sculptor of the plains, a force as old as the grasslands themselves. Each year, lightning ignites the tall, dry grasses in a sudden, crackling blaze. Flames sweep low and fast, racing with the wind, illuminating the night with an orange glow. Yet this dramatic spectacle is not a disaster, but a vital pulse in the savanna's natural cycle. For the plants, fire brings both challenge and opportunity. Many grasses have evolved to survive, and even thrive after being scorched. Deep roots and underground stems remain unharmed, harboring stored energy and moisture. Within days of the fire's passage, a flush of new green shoots emerges, richer in nutrients and more palatable to grazers than the old, sun-bleached blades. Some plants, like the hardy speargrass, require the heat of fire to crack open their seeds, triggering germination and ensuring the next generation takes root. Trees and shrubs, too, have their defenses. Thick bark insulates the inner core, while the acacia's thorny branches often sprout fresh growth after burning, quickly reclaiming their place in the sun. The baobab, with its water-filled trunk, resists even the fiercest flames, standing as a living testament to fire's selective touch. For animals, fire is both a challenge and a signal. As the flames approach, herds of antelope and zebra move to safer ground, guided by instinct and the scent of smoke. Birds of prey, like the black kite, soar above the fireline, scanning for fleeing insects and rodents exposed by the retreating flames. Termites and burrowing mammals shelter underground, their tunnels providing refuge until the danger passes. In the aftermath, the savanna is transformed. Ash enriches the soil, fueling a surge of plant growth that draws grazers back to the blackened earth. With new grass comes new life. Herbivores return to feast, predators follow in their wake, and the cycle of survival resumes. Fire shapes the savanna, maintaining its open landscapes and preventing encroachment by forests. It creates a mosaic of habitats, each at a different stage of renewal, supporting a greater diversity of life. In the endless rhythm of burning and regrowth, the savanna's resilience is revealed, its ability to adapt, recover, and flourish season after season. Beneath the endless sky, the savanna transforms into a living tapestry of movement, a phenomenon known as the Great Migration. Each year, millions of wildebeest, zebra, and gazelle become rivers of life, flowing across the vast grasslands in search of fresh grazing and precious water. The journey is dictated by ancient instincts and the shifting promise of rain. As the dry season tightens its grip, herds gather, restless and alert, at the edge of parched plains. The first scent of distant storms stirs a silent signal. With a surge, the migration begins. Hooves drum the earth in unison, sending tremors through the cracked soil. Dust billows into the air, cloaking the sun in a golden haze. The path ahead is fraught with peril. Predators lurk at every turn. Lions and hyenas shadow the herds, waiting for the weak or the unwary to falter. Crocodiles lie in ambush at swollen riverbanks, where the animals must cross swirling, treacherous waters. The crossing is chaos and courage, a churning mass of bodies, desperate to reach the safety of the far shore. Some are swept away, claimed by the current or by waiting jaws. But most, driven by the unyielding will to survive, press on. Exhaustion and hunger test every traveler. Calves stumble, mothers nudge them forward, and the old fall behind. Yet, the unity of the herd is their strength. Together they navigate a landscape sculpted by drought and deluge, fire and regrowth. Along the way, their passage renews the savanna, trampling old grass, dispersing seeds, and fertilizing the earth. Above, vultures and storks circle, drawn by the promise of opportunity. The migration sustains not just the grazers but the entire web of life, predator, scavenger, and plant alike. It is a spectacle of endurance and hope, an ancient rhythm that has echoed across the plains for millennia. As the rains return and the savanna blushes green once more, the journey ends until the next cycle begins. This endless pilgrimage shapes the very soul of the grasslands, a testament to the resilience and interconnectedness of life on the African savanna. In the heart of the savanna, every day is a silent contest, a dance of survival played out between predator and prey. Here, the balance of power is never fixed, but shifts with the seasons, the landscape, and the ever-changing fortunes of the animals that call these grasslands home. Predators, like lions, cheetahs, and leopards, are the masters of stealth and strategy. A lioness melts into the golden grass, muscles coiled in anticipation, eyes narrow, calculating the distance to her target, a young wildebeest grazing on the fringes of the herd. She waits for the perfect moment when wind and shadow are in her favor. A sudden burst of speed, a coordinated ambush, and the chase is on. Yet success is far from guaranteed. Most hunts end in failure, thwarted by the vigilance and agility of the prey. For every predator's cunning, the prey have evolved their own arsenal of survival. Wildebeest and zebra rely on the power of the collective. Thousands of eyes and ears scanning for danger, ready to sound the alarm at the flicker of a tawny tail in the grass. Gazelles explode into zigzagging sprints, their unpredictable movements making them elusive targets. Even the youngest calves learn to run within hours of birth, their survival hinging on speed and the safety of the herd. Each encounter is a test of skill, patience, and resilience. The predators refine their techniques, stalking with greater precision, learning the habits of their quarry, cooperating in teams or hunting alone. The prey grow ever more alert, reading the subtle cues of threat in the rustle of wind or the hush that falls before a strike. Yet this rivalry is not one of cruelty but of necessity. The predators cull the weak and the sick, ensuring the herd remains strong. The prey, in turn, challenge the hunters to adapt and innovate, driving the evolution of both. In this way, the struggle for survival weaves a complex web of interdependence, where each species shapes the fate of the others. In the savanna, life is measured in moments of tension and release, pursuit and escape, hunger and fulfillment. It is this ceaseless interplay that maintains the delicate balance of the plains, ensuring that neither predator nor prey ever claims total dominance. Instead, they are bound together in an ancient, unending dance, a living testament to the power and poetry of the wild. Across the vast expanse of the savanna, the greatest sculptor is invisible, yet its presence is felt in every blade of grass, every cracked earth patch, and every animal's heartbeat. Weather and climate shape these grasslands with a force both relentless and unpredictable. The savanna's rhythm is set by the pulse of the seasons, long, sun-baked months of drought followed by the sudden arrival of pounding rains. During drought, the landscape transforms. Grasses wither to brittle husks, leaves curl and fall, and rivers shrink to muddy threads. Herds must travel further for water, gathering at shrinking waterholes in uneasy truces. Elephants, with their deep memory, guide their families along ancient pathways to hidden springs, while antelopes and birds dig for moisture beneath the parched surface. Some animals, like the acacia tree's browsing giraffes, adapt by shifting their diets to tougher, drought-resistant leaves. Others, like the termite, retreat underground, sealing their mounds in a protective fortress until the rains return. Then, as if on cue, dark clouds gather on the horizon. Thunder rumbles through the air, and the first fat drops fall, soaking the earth. In hours the landscape is reborn. Grasses surge upward, green and lush as if summoned from the dust. Temporary pools teem with frogs and insects, herds return, calves and foals in tow, to graze on the rejuvenated plains. Rainstorms, though life-giving, can also be fierce. Lightning ignites fires that race across the grasslands, clearing old growth and making way for new. Survival in the savanna means reading the sky as much as the land. Wildebeest sense distant storms and begin their migrations, following the promise of rain. Birds time their nesting to coincide with the abundance that follows a downpour. Even plants have mastered the cycle, dropping seeds that wait patiently through months of dryness, germinating only when the rains are right. In this world, adaptation is not a choice, but a necessity. The creatures of the savanna have evolved to endure extremes, resilient, resourceful, and ever attuned to the moods of the sky. Here, every life is tethered to the caprice of weather and the long, slow turning of the climate. It is the ultimate test, a lesson in patience, endurance, and the profound power of nature to shape not just the land, but the very fabric of life itself. As the sun slips beneath the horizon, a hush falls over the savanna. The day's golden light fades, replaced by a canvas of deep indigo and scattered starlight. But this is not the end. Rather, it is the beginning of a second world, hidden in plain sight. The savanna at night is a realm transformed, where darkness grants safety, and the air pulses with possibility. Beneath the cover of night, the landscape awakens anew. A chorus of insect song rises, filling the air with a persistent rhythmic hum. Tiny bush babies emerge, their wide, luminous eyes perfectly adapted for the gloom. They leap acrobatically from branch to branch, hunting moths and beetles, their movements almost ghost-like. Stealthy predators take center stage. The spotted hyena, so often misunderstood, prowls the moonlit grasslands in tight-knit clans. Their haunting whoops and giggles echo across the plains, a signal to rivals and kin alike. Nearby, the sleek serval cat listens intently for the rustle of rodents, its oversized ears swiveling to pinpoint the faintest sound. With a single, silent bound, it pounces, using the night as its ally. The night is not solely the domain of hunters. Herds of impala and zebra cluster in open spaces, their senses sharpened, ever watchful for the glint of feline eyes. Lions, masters of nocturnal ambush, move with calculated precision, using shadows as cover, their tawny coats blending seamlessly into the darkness. A pride may wait for hours, patient and poised, before launching a swift, coordinated attack. In the trees, owls perch in silent vigil, their feathers muffling every movement as they scan the ground for scurrying prey. Bats wheel overhead, darting and diving to snatch insects from the air. Even the termites become architects of the night, emerging in synchronized swarms after rains to launch their brief airborne lives. The savanna's nocturnal tapestry is woven with countless threads, each animal, each behavior perfectly tuned to the rhythms of darkness. Here survival depends on more than strength or speed. It demands adaptation to the unseen, the unheard, and the unknown. As dawn approaches, the actors of the night retreat to their hidden refuges. The savanna's secrets slip once more into shadow, awaiting the return of darkness, when the world will awaken all over again, under the watchful gaze of the stars. As the first light of dawn stretches across the endless grasslands, the savanna stands at a crossroads. This ancient ecosystem, shaped over millennia by fire, rain, and the intricate dance of countless species, now faces challenges that reach far beyond its horizons. Climate change, habitat loss, and shifting weather patterns threaten the delicate balance that sustains life here. Yet the story of the savanna is not only one of peril, but of resilience and hope. Across these vast plains, conservationists, scientists, and local communities work in quiet determination, striving to secure a future for the savanna's remarkable inhabitants. Innovative projects restore native grasses, repair degraded soils, and protect vital corridors that allow elephants, antelope, and predators to roam freely. Anti-poaching patrols, guided by the latest technology, safeguard rhinos and elephants from those who would profit from their disappearance. Careful management of fire, once seen as a threat, now recognized as a tool, mimics natural cycles, encouraging new growth and maintaining the open spaces vital for grazing herds. Waterholes are monitored and maintained, ensuring that even in the harshest seasons, life continues to flow across the land. The voices of local people, whose lives are intertwined with the savanna's fate, are now central to every decision, honoring traditional knowledge and forging new paths for coexistence. Each effort, each act of stewardship, is a thread in a tapestry of hope. The survival of the savanna depends on more than the animals and plants that call it home. It relies on a global commitment to protect this irreplaceable wilderness. For the savanna is not just a place of beauty and wonder. It is a living, breathing testament to nature's ingenuity, a sanctuary for life and a legacy for generations yet to come. As the sun rises higher, the future of the savanna remains unwritten, but with every seed planted, every species protected, and every voice raised in its defense, a new chapter begins, one that holds the promise of renewal and the enduring majesty of Africa's wild heart.